What's up? My name is Brandyn Jaymes. Today we're going to look at the next section of Philippians, which is Philippians 1:27 through 2:11. Kind of weird breakup. So we've looked at the first two sections of Philippians already, and those two sections dealt with kind of reframing priorities of life and perspective on what is important. I think of it not as just reprioritizing, but reframing. So reframing the negative into a positive. And in this section, we're going to think about reframing community and how we view other people and us together. That reframing has to happen in ourselves and in community. But before we fully jump into things, I'm going to give you time to read Philippians 1:27 through 2:11. Paul begins this section by describing that we're supposed to live a life worthy of the gospel, one that promotes the gospel in all things that we do. He tells them that even if he's not able to see them again, that he still wants them to strive for a life of unity. And he may not ever see them, but he may only hear of them. And he still wants to be able to know that these people that he cares about are living united together. This idea of unity isn't just important in this section, but it's a key biblical theme. You see it throughout the Gospels, throughout the Old Testament, throughout Paul's letters, that the church is supposed to be united. So unity is a big key in all of the Bible. If you think about a Lego piece, it takes more than just that one piece to build your whole entire Lego building. Oftentimes we want to be the one Lego that sticks out. We want to be the biggest Lego, the most flashy Lego. Or if you think about it in terms of music, it takes more than just one note to make a song. It takes multiple notes coming together to form music. And without other people in our lives, we're kind of just one single musical note that falls flat. And so the question is, think about a life that's worthy of the gospel. What does a life like that look like? And then alternatively, what does a life not worthy of the gospel look like? So Paul begins chapter 2 with very descriptive words, and these words kind of describe how Jesus looks at us. Things like being encouraged by being united, or comfort from his love, or sharing together, or tenderness and compassion. See, these words describe Christ and his interaction with us. And the main thrust is unity. Paul goes on to describe how we shouldn't live as Christians. And this list entails things like selfish ambition, self-centeredness, rather than a lack of humility or valuing others. The big thought is that if you have experienced the descriptive words of verses 1 and 2, you'll live with the descriptive words of verses 3 and 4. So ask yourself a big question. Have you experienced God the way Paul describes? What makes living this selfless life hard? And at a heart level, why do you think we naturally turn toward conceit and vanity and self-centeredness? In the last few verses of this section, Paul says to take on the mindset of Christ. He writes about the humility and the obedience of Jesus to death. And not just death, but death on a cross. This mindset that Jesus had nothing to do with what it could give him, but instead how it could serve others. The mindset was all for humanity. Christ became our example. And so we should follow on his faith, humility, and obedience. Living this way forces unity among us, the body of Christ. And if you take a look at these verses, what do you learn about the nature of Christ? How does learning this impact the significance of Christ's example? And how should this change the way you see, live alongside, and serve with other people? And that ends this section of Philippians. Again, my name is Brandyn Jaymes. Remember, share this story. And also, if you liked this video or the past few videos, be sure to like this video, share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.